Welcome back to Heartfire Tales. More importantly, welcome back to Lethwan, the land of might, magic, and dot mobs, apparently, because we just spent the past 5 minutes talking about different video codecs.
Go again.
like all the mother-related ones were there.
Yeah.
What mother related?
Welcome back to Lethwan, everyone. Bren here. A world of might, magic, and mommy.
Goth mommies.
She's more...
Ma'am. I think I was calling her. Hey,
yeah,
ma'am.
that was just being hopeful
Ma'am.
that there were some goth mommies.
Yeah, there's some goth mommies just around. Around in
You should
general.
always, whatever
Sid will
scene
not
we're
talk
in,
to them.
You should
Yeah.
always assume there's a goth mommy just watching things.
Basically,
like,
yeah.
Everything we've ever done, there's been a cafe nearby with just some goth mommies sitting outside
Cafe.
drinking
A cat
pumpkin
cafe.
spice lattes.
Yeah.
No matter what time of year.
always, yeah.
Yeah.
They're living the life. I don't blame them, you know? I wish
mean,
I
if
could
I
just... Yeah.
I could.
Anyway, how are we all? Are we ready to play some D&D?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I suppose I could.
All right, Jim, don't be too happy. Let's see how good you are with a roll for recap.
I'm going to roll the giant chicken dice.
I'm going to roll a digital dice
I'm
and
pretty
my
sure that-
regular dice and see which one I like better and take that.
I'm pretty sure the giant chicken dice is not...
Oh, it's never good.
Yeah, like
It's never done
performing
well
well
for
for you.
But this time I rolled an 18.
I got
That's
a night
pretty-
20.
See,
a nat 20.
a
I got
night-
a night 20. I roll at night.
What did you roll, Dylan?
I rolled a 4.
Okay, good.
Seems
I was like,
he's
I
doing
finally
well.
roll a fucking 18 and I'm still going to lose.
Yeah. I mean, I could have just lied and said it was a 19 because I don't think you can see my dice from this angle. I'm going to change move my
I can
tower
see
there.
them refracted through your pint glass, actually.
It's actually, I have a lot of dice in my tray at the moment to throw you guys off. So I can be like, actually, no, it was this one. I threw 14 of them at the same time.
From the angle I'm at, I can only see the side of them anyway. Ryan, look how much the universe wanted me to have a nat 20 on that roll, that it stopped it precariously halfway off my notebook.
It is good.
Yeah. I think I could blow it. No, I just
Hey,
moved
that's
all
just
your
all my
shit.
cards.
Okay, I guess I better do a recap then. So, I won't go through the whole ins and outs of things, but basically, most importantly is that we are in the region of Azumakia, more specifically the capital city, Dolina. This, when Ryan's finished drinking his coffee and smacking it against his mic.
Just excited.
This city built into a valley. Imagine the Grand Canyon kind of esque. It is not the big chasm part of the Grand Canyon, although there is like parts of that, but just like a lot of downward.
I'm sorry,
vertical
Dylan,
things.
but when you tell me to imagine the Grand Canyon, I only imagine the big chasm.
Yeah, I don't know what else.
What else is there?
The gift
there,
shop?
like-
There's
So
a nice
actually-
gift shop.
Is there?
Yeah.
So I was
Is there
thinking
like,
this.
I'd imagine there's like an overlook and maybe one of those glass bridges.
Probably.
Not when I was there. I did see this guy floating. He walked right across.
That was
Yeah?
Jesus.
Shit. Nice.
Yeah.
But no, I think I will post this either on our social media or on our Discord at some point, but I have a page in my OneNote that's just full of like reference images for the city because it is quite like awkward to imagine. But yes, there is a big part of it that is like the
Canyon.
stereotypical Grand Canyon part, yes. But otherwise it is very, quite harsh, not quite desolate landscape, but like harsh, almost desert, and built into the sides of canyons and into cliff faces is the city of Dolina.
Is it hot here? I've assumed it's really hot.
Yeah, in my head, it's like.
But then you told us that we went south and you said we're
But
in the southern hemisphere.
south of
so then I would
Lethwan
think
is
it was
the
hotter.
hot part of Lethwan.
No, the south part is the cool
is the
part.
Oh, is
so
it?
Because
we
we're
are
in
in
the
the southern
southern
hemisphere. So down south, like in the Isles of Sylvia. This is going way off topic.
Sorry, but the Isles of Sylvia are like, in my head, tropical.
no, they are ice.
They're ice.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're
don't
all
wanna go
like,
there anymore.
so they're all like surfers, but they're all like ice surfers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like Avatar.
Yeah. So Ryan's eyes.
Are you okay?
It's just my contact. It's just my contact. Ignore it. This is a podcast. Close your eyes.
I will, because I things freak me out. So yes. Anyway, we're in Dolina. It's a city. It's all valley based, and lording over it is a large temple district with a large temple to Bahamut, and almost as impressive is a large Colosseum that's also been built where our party are now. But our party arrived here only earlier this afternoon. They were accosted by a group of bandits who asked them, "Skins or scales, lads?" They promptly just dispatched these guys with incredible ease, but were almost rescued by the Backstreet Boys.
Woo!
Who came to the rescue and kind of gave Bren and Sid the lowdown of what's been going on in the city. Basically, everything has been very, very divided here, with Roman, the leader of the city, seemingly maybe stoking this division. Roman, a figure from Bren's backstory, who was responsible for basically chasing him out of the city and leading a devil hunt against him. The party then met with Abbott and Michaela, who, had a very nice little reunion between Michaela and Bren, but then was kind of tinged by a bit of like, was Bren a child soldier? In Michaela's...
resounding yes.
Yes, listener, I was.
Bren has yet to deal with that fully, but maybe will at some point.
Bren will not.
And from there, very little time was spent before having to go to this large coliseum where they are now in a very gladiator-esque style scene. An individual like little booths around this massive coliseum. They've just witnessed a flame dance display by a load of these bards who, in a very, very, very unsubtle fashion, had taken the shape of a dragon and bowed to Roman, who then gave a impassioned speech of how he was going to bring Azumaki and Dolina forward, and that this is a chance for the contenders here to test their might, magic, and metal. And that is where we are right now. So you guys are in this little booth.
Hey, Bren.
Hey, Sid, look.
Are people okay with like the dragon bowing to him like that? Sid says loudly around everyone.
So yeah, you're actually in your own
our own little booth,
your own kind of private one.
Oh, okay.
There's a semi-private, right? Because we were showboating for people.
Yes, so you haven't had a chance to showboat just yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. I said that it was Hunger Games, and he resoundingly said not yet.
Okay.
No, it is Gladiator right now. Like, I can't be more.
Bren is going to set his dress on fire.
I have to be open about this. I am ripping off Gladiator.
We know.
Like, that's what it is. So it's private in the sense that there's no one really around you.
Yeah,
like
if we're
you're
just
not
talking, people won't hear what we're saying.
Yeah, exactly. You would actually have to probably either really, really shout or have some sort of magical aid to address the crowd.
Well, then I say it loudly because no one can hear us.
No, probably not.
But there are a couple of like servants around who are there to give you like food and drink if you need it. Like, you guys are being treated like rock stars.
Yeah.
And you'd have a look around, and there's like 15 other of these booths around, excluding the main one that Roman just kind of gave his speech from. And you see that like just fucking characters everywhere. Just people clearly drunk and like debaucherous in these other things. Not all of them, but a lot of people are just the kind of like wildly, have clearly taken to the sauce, and they're like, this is their chance to party hard.
While that's happening, I'm gonna score us some brownie points with the crowd here. I gotta pick a rando in the crowd.
Sure.
I'm gonna point at them and make a gesture like, "You thirsty?"
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see, they look up and like they give you a big nod, and like just like start screaming. Yeah, they're kind of just caught up in the whole like frenzy of everything. Like, this is a big like sports game energy,
Yeah. I'm gonna turn to one of the servants we have. I'm like, hey, can I have a drink?
Oh yes, of course, sir.
I make sure I close the lid as best I can and chuck it to the guy, and then I point to someone else and be like, "You thirsty?"
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I just keep doing that.
If you take a pint glass and you throw it like bottom first,
it should land the water
top first. Yeah.
Keep
all the drink in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Cool. You do that. Some people get glass, but that's fine. People are okay with it.
Yeah. I can't remember what I look like right now. Half elf.
That's going to be very important because everyone's expecting you to be a half elf.
Let me just exist in a superposition then until I can roll it up and remember what I was.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, because I want to know what the other half is.
Oh, also very important to note.
Is that a callback to my comedy from like 10 episodes ago?
Yes. Very important to note as well is that you have been told that Faust is in the city.
Yeah.
And Bren being a little bit scared of that, Abbott has helped with that and has cast non-detection. Which basically
Shields you.
Basically shields you, stops you from being scryed on and stuff, and Abbott believes that should stop any kind of dreaming abilities from sensing your true nature, and has promised that tonight, if you give him, he'll need the ring for a full night, but will change the ring up so that it's a little bit more consistent, that you have a bit more control over.
Yes. And Sid's gonna, when you go to sleep, check you.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah. And Sid is fully... Are you still dressed like a tourist?
Well, 100%. Even though Michaela highly suggested that he should change.
Yeah.
No. So is Fink.
And what are you doing as Bren is giving out drinks to the crowd? Are you doing anything to try and win people over? Because you guys are mostly unknown right now, you know?
I think we're one of the people, you know? We're the underdog. We're the one who's on their side. We're coming up. We started at the bottom and now we're here, slightly above the bottom.
Yeah, those little fire treats that we were talking about last time. Sid is like handing some of those out just to people in front, like just
okay,
that are closest, just dumping them out of our thing.
Give me guys performance checks, please.
15.
11.
Okay, so you guys again, you know, no one in the crowd here is like wearing your merch. You guys don't have merch. It's not the type of band that you've been. You've been very much on the road, just doing your thing.
The people that would be hiding it. It sounds like.
Yeah, you know, like you guys as a band are more of like a movement.
And it's not out yet that we're the bow swords yet. Most people probably wouldn't know that because that was only like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
exactly.
We've been hitting the indie scene really hard. You know, people are making their own t-shirts. It's,
yeah. And like, sure, there's been stories going around because like, you know, Melody, I guess, especially as you guys have been on the road, have been telling stories of how you've gone and rescued a mouse from the Fey realm and stuff like that, you know, and things like this.
In fairness, extremely high concept to anybody who hears it. Like,
just
that'd be like me being like, I went into Tiernan Oak and saved an orphan, you know?
You know, so like, you know, there's like a little bit of like, not even notoriety, but a bit of like, oh yeah, they're the ones who did that thing, you know, like, you know, but nothing.
And a few people know, oh, they're the ones that killed multiple hoots for.
Very, very, like, no one knows that, really, you know, because that's not something you guys have been
hushed whisperers.
Yeah, but
the people who know that were directly implicated and won't be sharing it.
Yes, the people know that that of the bow, they know that of the bow swords, but they don't know you guys as the bow swords, and the bow swords have kind of like. And Michaela kind of alluded to this, has been, you know, this kind of like almost like the boogeyman. And people are kind of like latching onto the bow swords as like a symbol. Yeah. More so. There's no band that people are like physically referring to when they say about the bow swords, you know? Yeah. That said, just maybe a couple of people you see there kind of in a very kind of similar fashion to Back and Banner, you know, you catch that someone might have a bow earring and a sword earring, that kind of a thing. Or
but like they wouldn't recognize us as that.
No,
it's just the broader movement.
So you guys are kind of just relying on your pure, you know, charisma right now and handing out food and drink, which is like, you know, being appealing to the people directly within, you know, eating and drinking distance of you. And so people are kind of like appreciative of that. But as you guys are doing that,
sorry. What was our performance for?
That was just to see how well people are accepting these drinks and how well you're kind of giving them out and how, like, you know, what their opinion is then of you.
Okay, nice. Bren is going to jump up onto the edge of the booth we're on and play the crowd a little bit, like, you know, putting his hands like, oh, you know, cheer, whatever, I give you all a drink. You love me. And then he's going to go, who wants to be in the band?
Give me a persuasion check, I guess.
11.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna burn a luck point.
There's
15.
That is hanging between your phone and your pen. Roll that again.
That's a nat 20 when I let the pen go.
I mean, I agree with that.
I went for the 15. You said it's hanging between your phone and your pen.
Roll it again.
I removed it. It rolled and landed on a 20.
Boo.
Boo, Dylan.
Boo.
Boo. Okay, I'm going to take my 15 then. No, I'm going to take my 11.
You have to take the...
Boo to Dylan. Boo. Everybody. Boo.
You see that there is one incredibly drunk woman who's probably 55 years old, kind of stands
what,
up
Dylan?
and she's like, I'd love to be in the band.
Yeah, fine. I hold out the quarterstaff and let her climb up into the booth. And now this is what you have to do.
She struggles so much to climb up. She's got no upper body strength. People are desperately trying to push her like from the stands up into the booth. But after a solid 3 minutes of struggling, she gets up.
Excellent. I want to negate that 3 minutes by actually just lifting her up once she has a grip on it.
Okay.
What is
She keeps falling off it. She doesn't quite have the grip strength.
Fine, whatever. I don't care. What's your name?
My name is Eleanor.
Okay.
I don't know why
Eleanor?
my voice is like this. She's real drunk. She's a dub as well. Yeah, my name's Eleanor.
All right, Eleanor. Nice to meet you. You're part of the band now.
Oh, great. What are we doing? What are we doing? We fighting monsters?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay, right. I went to magic school once, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah,
you know
cool.
all the spells.
What up?
I learned how to spell things. Yeah.
What's going on here, Bren?
This is Eleanor. She's part of the band
Yeah.
now. And I hold Eleanor's hand up for the crowd.
A very, very, very tame smattering of applause.
Don't worry. I know how these things
Actually,
go.
you know what?
By the end of it,
people are going a bit mad for Eleanor. Not necessarily for you guys, but they're going for Eleanor, and she starts like showing off a lot.
yeah, nice. This is what we need. We need some home field advantage. Now we have it with Eleanor.
Sid is concerned.
And as you guys are kind of like, doing this similar kind of scene, not with bringing people up into the booth, but similar kind of scenes of just showboating stuff is happening all around you. And all of a sudden you hear from the center of this Coliseum, like a host has walked out.
Oh.
And you see it's an orc. And he's like,
Hail and well met! I'm Lord Chester, and you're joining me in the shadow of the Temple of Bahamut, live at the illustrious Colosseum for what promises to be the most exciting event in living memory.
Lord Chester.
Lord Chester.
Taking from the Rick and Morty school of naming things, I see.
it was from the NPC generator, like, you get me.
He sent you the Rick and Morty generator.
That's I cut below its usual standard.
I reserve all right to change this.
Joining me on the Colosseum floor for your delight and delectation are the most deadly, the most dangerous, the most danceable bands in all of Lethwan, brought to you exclusively by the generous and gracious hand of Roman.
And he starts going around and basically introducing each band.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I won't give a full introduction for each band because we'll be here literally all day.
Yeah.
But
I was wondering.
So, without further ado, it is my honor and privilege to introduce the Backstreet Boys!
All right.
We cheer for them.
Yeah.
They do a choreographed dance.
Yeah, they're all doing like that hand on their head, looking down, knee bendy pose.
Yeah.
The Holy Rollers!
You see that there's a group of clerics who have set up a little half pipe and are on roller skates.
Oh my god.
The Broadsword!
And it's just we talked about these last episode. It's just you see they all start like flourishing their swords.
What's their name?
The Broadswords.
The Broadswords.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Sorry. And just for people who may have tuned into this episode, what's the bit there?
They're all
girls.
They're all girls.
Incredible.
With swords. Yeah. And you see that one of them has like a big great sword, one's like a sword and shield, one's got like just like a dueling rapier.
But they all just use a sword.
They all have a sword of some description, yes.
Teens of Bottom!
Teens of
The
Bodom?
children of Bodom. Is
Oh
that
god.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I like it.
They've just grown up a bit, is it? Okay.
That was one of the first dates that Joanne and I went to.
Nirvana!
Brent
Nice,
effect.
nice.
Thank you.
The Working Men!
Yeah,
Because they're from the Down Under.
They're the Down Under, yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
There we go.
Okay. He's getting it out of the system.
Yeah.
Thin Lizard!
Yes! It's Lizzie! Yes!
God.
Motorhead!
and you see that there's a bunch of dwarves with these like mechanical masks with gears and stuff on them.
Cool.
It's just a group of gnomes who all have like wrenches and look like they're just wearing like,
it's just a load of
They just got off
engineers,
work.
Like, okay,
basically they just look like they're engineers who just like, or like they're like mechanics or something.
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Yeah, and you
Nice.
see these guys are just fucking wrecking shit.
It's a deep cut band.
Yeah.
I've gotten like half of this.
Now,
Well,
you should get this.
Quiet riot.
that's good.
I like, is it like Sonic the Hedgehog.
No,
You
as
don't
in,
know
like
Quiet
Sonic,
Riot?
as in like sound based attacks.
No, I get that,
Yeah.
but the Quiet Riot is I don't have the frame of reference.
Oh, it's a
No,
band.
they're a band. They're like an 80s.
All of these are bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've got most of them. I've got a few.
Amen of Mars.
Okay, I got that one.
No, that was bad. You must be stopped. You waste Amon Amarth on that. Amen.
Is he a big Viking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amen.
Amen.
I hope it's spelled E-A.
That's a player character gone to waste right
Yeah.
there.
It is.
Power Wolf.
What? Remember at the start of this when he said he wasn't going to do them all?
No, he said he.
I wasn't going to do like a big thing. I'm just giving them
sad.
like,
Okay, go
I'm
on.
just giving context to them all.
Okay, yeah.
The Bow Sword.
And so for everyone else who's been kind of given, an introduction, there's been like, a minute or two for them to kind of, stand up, do a bit of showboating. The Holy Rollers did a load of fucking sick tricks on their skateboards and roller skates. Eamon just like kind of like waved his like battle axe around. Backstreet Boys did a bit of like a dance routine. Some of them have like, had bards who were playing songs. Is there anything that you guys would like to do as you're kind of given this
I got a fun idea.
opportunity?
What's that?
Throw me up in the air and shoot me.
No.
It'd be cool. I can redirect the arrow.
So I think we could have Melody can play like a song.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
we could do that too. That makes sense.
Get up on the edge of it with like an electric guitar.
Yeah. So like you see that there is, as this has been happening, like one of the servants has kind of brought out like a microphone essentially for you guys to speak into, and it's like it's got like a little arcane crystal in it. You recognize it being kind of vaguely similar to the megaphone that Abbott would have spoken into at the very start, but this looks a little bit more refined now and a little bit more advanced.
It's got a
And
pop filter on it.
yeah, basically it's so you guys are kind of like free to do. You have a lot of space in this booth. You have a mic if you'd like Melody to sing a song, by all means.
Yeah, Melody pulls out one of her hairs.
Okay.
And goes and like kind of flicks it. And then all these like copies of Melody come out as she casts a pluck of many from
that makes
Wukong.
sense.
So that way she can have a full band.
Yeah.
No, but they might be able to do something kind of similar.
Okay, from the bag of holding, they're gonna pull out multiple copies of themselves.
Yes.
So they can have a full band.
I don't think he likes. Okay, so maybe she'll do the shadow clone jutsu from Naruto. And
Oh my
she starts
God.
doing hand motions
Okay,
like
if
Naruto.
you want a full band backing things.
No, we're gonna do the hand motions at you for a
Okay,
while.
you guys are just doing hand motions, and they kind of look at you and be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Okay, no,
Okay, you guys are fucking liability. Also, that woman is fully just asleep now. She's so drunk.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's resting before the big show.
while Melody is doing this song,
So they
Sid's
take
gonna
out-
stand on the edge and do shoulder presses of Think. You know?
Okay, yeah, nice.
Bren's just gonna
They
start
take
slamming
your
out backflips
your
while you do that.
audio recorder, your little podcasting device that you have, Sid, and they have been like recording that. They've been using it like a multi-track.
Okay.
Plug it into the mic as their backing
backing
track.
track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then what's she gonna do with all these copies
Nothing.
of
'cause
themselves
they don't
that they've
exist.
made? Oh.
I have them throwing out more drink to the audience.
None of this is happening.
A pluck of melody.
Pluck of goth mommy.
And
That's what we need.
I like every melody is like slightly different as well. Like there's a goth one and a cyberpunk one. And
Yeah. Yeah.
great art opportunities, but not canon in any way. And Melody sings a song
Okay.
that I'm going to force Ryan to write right
Yeah.
now.
they're going to pull out their accordion or guitar or
they'll
flute.
pull out their
Depends on
instrument.
what.
Yeah. Melody pulls out their instrument.
Yeah. And
That sounds like something Bren would do.
Bren also uses his instrument.
I'm gonna tell you what. Let's roll a performance check for Melody.
No, listen, if I record a song, it's just a success.
Okay, yeah. It's very good, and people are very impressed. And then, what do I call him? Blorg Chester. Blorg Chester continues.
Journey!
You see, everyone goes fucking wild for Journey.
Oh, hey.
Who are these guys?
Oh, yeah. So Khan was like obsessed with these dudes. He's like buddies with them, kind of.
Oh, he didn't seem like he was much into the band thing from what you've told me.
He's into like old dudes and having drinks.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes
He was canonically into old dudes.
Okay, cool. Well, let's listen to what they've got going on there.
Yeah, they kind of again do that same song that from back in the original, this kind of like marching, like very like militaristic, like a marching, very reminiscent of like old Irish rebel songs, kind of a vibe, you know?
Cool.
And finally, Dragon Force!
Also, everyone goes fucking nuts for Dragon Force. But kind of as these two have been announced like side by side, you see that there's like, you now kind of like look out, and as you've been looking at, there's almost like a kind of a clear divide in the very kind of same way that like a football team would have like a home side and then like an away side. There's like,
you can like
there's
prevalent colors.
There's like blocks of people wearing Dragon Force t-shirts and then blocks of people wearing Journey t-shirts, and they all like, a lot of them seem local as well.
Brian, I'm in a bit of a predicament because I feel like we should support,
I'm in a booth. Go on.
We should support the Dragon side, I think. I think we're not going to like Roman, but Dragon Force are a bunch of pricks. So like,
no, you shut your whore mouth, Sid. Dragon Force are incredible.
They kicked Fink.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Kick Fink.
They tried to. No, they did. They tried to kick Fink. I think. I don't remember if he succeeded on that roll or not.
I can't remember if he. I think he kicked him.
Yeah, I think he kicked him. Yeah, that's what made Sid so mad. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it must have been a misunderstanding. They wouldn't do something so callous.
No, literally,
they're heroes. Great heroes. No. They're the most beautiful of us.
No, they actually like totally needed our help to take down this big old monster, and then literally gave no credit to us for it.
No, I don't believe that. Look right now, they're signing a baby.
Melody.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did hear this secondhand. I wasn't fully present for it, but yes, Sid did tell me back then that the Red Dragonborn Sam did try to kick Fink, and Sid and Con were instrumental, I believe, in taking down Chimera. Now, I'm sure Dragon Force maybe could have taken it by themselves, but Sid and Con definitely helped and was part of the reason why Michaela chose them to be part of this whole thing.
Yeah, all of your heroes are bitch boys. That is the theme of this entire campaign.
No. I don't believe it. That means that had things gone differently, I could have joined Dragon Force instead of the bow swords?
Possibly, yeah.
Fuck. Okay, well, fine, Sid. I never meet your heroes, I guess. As I'm not buzzed anymore. Eleanor. You've got any... What's the strongest thing you... you know what? I just take whatever she's got in her hip flask.
Yeah, it's empty.
Damn.
You opened up, it smells like wine.
Oh. I wouldn't get a buzz on it.
I really would have thought it was just heroin, like just drinking.
Just drinking heroin.
You, festival servant.
Yes.
Apple cider vinegar. Keep it coming.
Yeah, we can certainly get that for you. It's clearly not a usual request, but he goes off running to try and get it.
Get my buzz on.
Love you on your apple cider vinegar.
What are Dragon Force doing? That one's signing a baby.
Yeah, you see that they're all signing babies right now.
Yeah.
As their bard is giving like just like huge power metal rendition of like all of the things. It goes on way too long. They solo for a solid 4 minutes.
I'm sorry, Fink, but that's cool.
And then you see that the wizard in their party is like throwing up all these like arcane glyphs and just kind of making like light shows and shit all around it.
Why didn't we get a light show? It's too late now, anyway.
I'm only one person.
I thought Eleanor could have done it. Sorry.
No.
Which one of the melody said that?
This is the goth mom melody. And yeah, you guys, all get introduced, and Blorg afterwards continues. He's like, well, folks, these bands have lots of preparation to do, but they'll be here bright and early in the morning for the first event. And I hope you're all as excited as I am. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be called For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Oh, I love bells.
And nice. You see that he like
a musical challenge.
I think we're just going to have to read an old book.
And he says, as he says that, those like bells start ringing and like loads more like fireworks and like just like pyrotechnics around the entire stadium go up, and everything's like, just all these flame dancers come out again and start playing music, and it just turns into like a festival and like kind of concert thing for the night.
The bell tolls for thee.
I was about to ask who it tolls for, but I suppose I'll ask not now. I'm going to go disrespect my partner and her best friend.
And Sid, why don't you give me a perception check as well, please?
Okay, if you want. 19 plus 5.
So, okay.
But pretty good.
Throughout all of this, so much spectacle and bravado and pomp is going around all of these band booths. And kind of through it all, Roman is kind of just sitting there, just kind of like studying things. Also in his booth, kind of like back to the side a bit, not really in any of the limelight. You see someone who looks like they're wearing what was maybe previously Professor Robes of town.
Hey, Bren.
Yo!
You see that dude? I know it's harder to see. You don't have my elven eyes. Not elven, but ranger eyes.
Actually, right now, one of my eyes is elven.
Oh, well, there you go. Just one.
I'm a half-elf down the middle.
Yeah, look over there. There's somebody you maybe want to see.
Roman. Yeah, I hate that guy.
No, back behind him.
One of the servants?
In the robes.
Oh. Yeah, those robes look kind of familiar. Isn't that what the smart ones in town wore?
Yeah, or maybe the one that left because he went a bit mad.
You think that's your dream, buddy?
Not buddy, but
you think that's the Shadow Man?
Yeah.
And I think with a 24 as well, you're a ranger. You still kind of have a lot of like passive danger sense and stuff and alertness around you. When you guys were introduced as the bow swords, that's when you kind of felt like someone looking at you. And that's maybe what caught your attention, and you look over and you see that like he's very much in the distance, but he's just been kind of staring you guys out of it.
Okay, we'll stare right back at him.
Sure.
I'm going to be behind Sid, like looking at Sid and then looking at him and then looking at Sid and then looking at him.
How is Sid dressed right now? Like a tourist, but that's kind of like all like accessories and stuff on him, right? What's the underlying? Because obviously previously you were
wearing a cloak of spider silk.
But are you wearing anything that would signify that you're from town, or are you in pure kind of like ranger?
From the beginning, the t-shirt that I've always worn, underneath everything, like that blue and gold t-shirt. The blue and gold thing has always been the town like
colors, as it were.
Like basically like my uniform, or whatever. But I was like, I'm going out on my very first trip. But then I put my like ranger leg vest on and stuff on top of it. But I've always had that. It's like roughed up now and stuff, but Sid's always had a pack of those uniforms with him.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Give me, because he's quite a studious dude at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Studious.
Give me an insight check.
I'll do you one better. Seeing who this is and everything.
Sure.
Now I'm going to tap into the circlet that I haven't used today.
Okay.
Not hardcore. I'm not really going to go. I'm not going to go stare at the abyss, but I'm going to see if somebody's looking at me.
Okay, so you are going to need to kind of like, not quite like secret yourself away, but you're going to need to essentially kind of trance. You need to like, you can't just like.
No, I'm going to use the locate person thing, that like.
Okay.
That hones in on someone.
Okay,
basically.
sure.
Like toward this guy.
So you can just use it to cast locate person. That's fine.
I know it's locating him, but that way it's...
Yeah, I mean, like...
I'm seeing whatever magic you're throwing at me. You know?
Yeah.
If there is any. Yeah.
He's there. Well...
Listener, you just heard Dylan have an idea?
He just went very pensive.
No, I didn't have an idea. I remembered something.
I got him.
You got him. You got him good. Yeah.
I need to look up a spell.
This is what I was thinking. Because of the fact of what was just cast on Bren, I locate this person that is right in front of me?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That's why. I'm feeling clever today.
So you're looking for a space where something should be?
Yeah, basically. I'm going, this guy right here, but can I?
Yeah, he's got his...
Locate him with the circlet. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yes!
You tap into the circle of the dreamer.
Yeah.
And you use it to cast locate creature. And you name Faust as you know his name to be, and you can see him. So you can, like, even if you didn't know his name, you could describe what he looks like. You can see him there. And, like, he's an older man. He's maybe in his early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look powerfully built or anything. He's got the build of a wizard, a scholar, not someone who's particularly athletic or anything like that. He's clean shaven and he's got quite like an angular face, and you look at him and you've been staring at him for a while, and you kind of reach out with the circle of the dreamer and you see these like piercing purple eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to cast locate creature. It doesn't work.
Yep.
He is not there.
Yep.
And it's not the same kind of way as, say, when you were trying to look at Vespuccio and Vespuccio wasn't there. He was blurred out. He is just
absent.
From what you could tell, that's not Faust.
Yeah. He's completely wiped his existence out, or it's not him. Or he's literally, I think, potentially, he's either completely covered himself, or he's literally just projecting himself into this area.
Yeah.
And yeah, all these kind of potential possibilities run through your mind. This is maybe something that, your training doesn't cover this kind of specialty.
So I am going to do something, and I'm sorry, Jim.
But as you do that, and as you kind of have tapped in, the reason why I first asked you to make an insight check is you feel like a scratching.
Yeah, I figured I would.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry, but in my... it's what my character would do. In my bravado and, my growing anger that Sid has, I'm like literally tapping the...
You want to bring him into the...
No. Like, I'm touching the circlet of the dreamer. I'm okay with him seeing that I'm casting this at him. Like, sure. I'm staring him down.
Yeah.
And I've...
You haven't blinked in a while, buddy. Everything okay?
I'm okay with telling Bren what's going on. So, yeah, that's Faust. And he's either not actually here or he's got himself covered.
Oh, dream, buddy.
And I can hear him tapping like a Faust, gently rapping upon my brain's door.
The rapping continues.
I'll open the window. Hey! Who's out there?
That's an interesting name, isn't it? The Bow Swords.
Yeah, we didn't come up with it.
Oh, who did?
A little kid, actually. What you doing?
Interesting.
Why you in my brain? Or trying to get there?
I'm just come to say hello. It's always good to keep an eye out on potential applicants to the land's greatest protectors.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. And by the way, if we had the circle of trust or whatever we're calling it these days, going out before I open that door, I've completely closed it off.
Yeah.
I figured as much.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'm not letting him into anything that is attached to Bren at all. So, yeah, I mean, I was looking for you there and can't seem to see you. Are you actually here, or are you just covering yourself up?
That's funny because I can't quite seem to see your friend either.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. But how long has it been since you've been in town, dude?
Oh, many years.
Yeah, I know. I've heard.
Yes, but
you're a bit of a boogeyman, aren't you?
Some people say that. Other people say I won't say I'm a hero.
Oh, I actually haven't heard anybody say that before.
That's okay. I prefer to stay hidden in the shadows.
So how was it staring at the abyss?
You wouldn't know.
No, I know, that's why I asked.
You couldn't possibly comprehend.
Oh, well, that's a bit of an egotistical thing to say.
Look at you, wearing that ugly, outdated crown.
Oh, I like it. Outdated? That's not nice. I just got it a little bit ago.
It's because he's not been outdated in a long time.
But
you
must be a very weak dreamer to rely on something like that. Or have you used it? Are you perhaps
it's called being a novice dreamer.
Are you perhaps tempted to look into the abyss? Is that why you ask? I could show you. You could use that circlet.
Oh, my mom told me not to let strange men show me things.
To show me their abyss.
So
to show me their abyss.
Strange. A child from town with no curiosity?
Oh, I've got plenty, but I don't know you, dude. And what I have learned is, like I said, not very heroic things about you.
That's okay. I don't need the fame.
So, I mean, as you know, being from town, I guess the stories have said you've never been, real good at sticking to what the rules were or anything like that. But, you should always make sure you trust your teacher first before you just start accepting information and knowledge from anyone. So, why in the world would I just be like, yeah, cool, dude, yeah, show me shit?
Maybe you don't know anything about town, but they lie just like anyone. If you want true truth, well, the world's a much bigger place than that little valley of yours.
Oh, let me guess. Lou can give me truth.
Lou can give you many things.
Oh, God, of course. Oh, you're one of these little fucking zealots, too. Jesus.
I'm not.
Stop all the sphinxes. Why is everybody on to Lou? I'm so sick of hearing about Lou this, Lou that. Lou didn't even save the Holy Thunder Force, and everybody I've met that it was all about Lou just ends up in a pile of ash, maybe without even a head or a broken neck. It doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of good for him.
That's so threatening.
Lou has helped many people. Many people reject his ways, but our most glorious hero, he is a paragon of Lou.
I've got a big question, though. How come everybody that talks to me through dreams sounds like a fucking pedophile? Every single one that comes in is like, I'm outside your window. Just talk like a regular person, man.
What is the purpose of you reaching out?
Just want to see what's going on. I'm taking a special interest in those that may be working with our most glorious leader.
Okay.
Very good impression.
It's hard to do a voice of someone
a
doing
voice
a
in
voice
a
of someone.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, if there is anything information you would like, I'm here. You know where to find me, seemingly.
I would love to learn all kinds of things, yeah.
Perhaps I'll make a visit one of these nights.
See? Stop saying pedophile shit, man. Just come get a coffee. Don't visit at night. What the fuck?
We can have a coffee.
You can come over to the booth and hang out if you want to.
Would you like that?
Stop saying it like that.
You see, he has been just maintaining eye contact with you this entire time. He takes out a small spell book, flips to a page, traces something, a door appears beside you, and he steps through it and he's beside you.
Whoa!
Hello.
I'll talk to him through the
Who
break.
are you?
Me?
Yes.
Your mother's lover.
Interesting.
It is.
Yes.
Do you talk to your mom much?
I don't.
Oh, well, see, then you wouldn't have.
She's been busy, Sid.
Well, you certainly have the attitude and bravado of a band, but do you have the substance?
We think so.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So, you're Faust, right? Is that your actual name?
It is.
Oh, interesting. So, Why did you leave town?
Why did you leave town?
Well, I mean, that's an easy one. I was on my, it was like I had to go out and do the next part of my studies. Like,
Your Erasmus year.
Yeah.
So did I.
Really? Everybody said it was when you were a lot older.
It was. But I left town to further my studies.
He was one of those mature students. So. I bet you ask questions that everyone knows the answer to really loudly during class time, didn't you? I bet you monopolized so much of teachers' time that you just could have done through an email.
Some people just don't know what they want and are afraid to speak up and take it. And if other people are cowards to do that, well then that's their fault, isn't it?
Oh, God.
I'll tell you why I left town. Melody and I did some serious crimes and we had to get out of there before they realized.
So yeah, like, we heard that you're maybe, you know, an interesting one to talk to you because, you know, there were some, like, crazy pop-ups that, you know, we saw, like, in a couple places. And, like, you know, when we were in Banner, that, like, there was an area that was blocked off and they said, that, you know, the Faust may have more information and stuff.
Interesting. Who said that?
Oh, yeah, some, like...
Dr. Arabian, wasn't
some lady with a book that was wearing one of the Hoots Force uniforms. Because I told her that I was, like, from town and, like, that I was doing, you know, a lot of studying and stuff like that. And, you know, trying to talk about, like, you know, because that's the thing. My whole thing is writing about the new beasts of the land. And we've been seeing a lot of crazy new ones. And she said that, you had a lot of information and would be able to help with that.
Well, this is why hopefully you will join the Hoots Force and see the error of your ways and...
What's the error of my ways?
Cleaning on to your past, of course.
Oh.
There is a great wide universe out there full of truth and knowledge to be sought and accepted. If only you fully open your eyes and your mind.
That is...
Have you tried doing those things, Sid?
That sounds like exactly the same talk that you and Melody gave me when you wanted me to try, like, smoking some of those plants the other day.
That's why I said, have you tried it?
No, I don't know why I gotta give up my past to learn new things.
It's not giving up your past, it's letting it fall behind you. Embracing the future, embracing...
Are the other people
change.
in the other booths and things like that aware that, like, one of these big advisors has come to, like, speak to us?
There's so much going on in all of these other booths, and you see that he is, like, also deliberately kind of stepped back as well. So he's like somewhat in the shadows, like he's like, because it's also, again, right now there is like a concert essentially happening. You know, people are looking at the things that are happening. People aren't looking at the things that aren't happening, if that makes sense.
You know, Sid, this guy seems like he wants you to forget your past. But, you know, a very wise teacher of mine back in the day once said, be mindful of the future, but not at the expense of the past. That's some monk wisdom for you.
Nice. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. We can, maybe we can get that coffee. We can speak about what your future holds.
Nice. That's such a nicer way to say it. Bren, earlier in my head, he said he was going to visit me at night to talk about...
You have to see the optics on that are objectively creepy, dude. What's your brand here? Like, he's just coming into boys' rooms at night?
I wasn't going to come into his room. It's just merely maybe his head, maybe to wherever you're staying.
Is that not worse, though?
See, he was saying weird stuff, man.
What is it? Like, this is exactly like the other guy you told me about. Like, why do people keep coming into your head and saying creepy things?
Weird shit.
What colors is this dude wearing, Dylan?
At one point, you have to just accept, why are you attracting the attention of all these weird
Bren
people?
Bren actually goes to punch him at this point.
Would you like to try and punch him?
Yeah, Bren's going to swing on him. That's 20.
Roll the damage.
Oh God, here, I'm just doing the app. So the way I'm doing this is, as he's doing this, I'm just lining up the strike with the quarterstaff at the back of his head.
Okay.
And I am just going to swing the fucking staff at the back of his head. 7 points of damage. 8
double
because
staff. And double because it's a crit.
It wasn't nat 20.
It barely affects him. His head kind of like tilts a little bit from it, And he turns and goes, "That was quite rude."
Yeah, so it's going into people's heads at night.
Well, I haven't done that yet, so are you punishing people for things they haven't done?
Exactly.
I've since rescinded that offer, and now we're going to have a nice cappuccino.
Much better. Now I won't strike you in the back of the head again. And next time, I'll use energy, so just don't think you're so cool for barely registering my strike. I put nothing into it. I barely made the attack roll.
Actually, I am quite interested in you.
That's funny. I'm quite interested in my friend Eleanor over here, and it looks like I need to help her. So, Eleanor, baby, let's go. I'm going to pick up Eleanor and leave.
Yeah, you leave, and he just kind of watches you go by. And
why are you interested in my friend?
You fucking creep. I say as I go out the door.
I like puzzles. He seems something about him I can't quite place my finger on.
It's the other half of that elf, right?
It is. Maybe it's
What is the other half? I can never tell.
So tell me, Sid, are you really so happy with town?
Did I tell you my name? Did I? You know me. So you know my name, Sid.
Yes.
Oh.
Do you not think I know of all the people who have signed up here?
But I mean, that means... Actually, I think my friend just said my name. So you're good at picking up clues.
I'm observant, yes.
Okay, all right. Just be honest about stuff. I want you to stop saying weird shit.
Then fine, let us sit down and speak properly. Why not now? Tell me about your time in town, Sid. Why have you... Are you truly happy
how
with
How long ago did you leave town?
We're not talking about me now.
I'm just trying to piece some things together because my mom can't remember some stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
By the way, is dreamer stuff, is that always hereditary?
As far as I know, yes. Or at least it can be. It can also be learned. It can be developed.
Oh, can it? Huh. Yeah, I mean, I was studying, I'm a ranger. And, studying all the animals and stuff.
And you're happy with how your studies went? Nothing was held back from you?
I mean, I spent a lot of time outside of town. But, I mean, that's how it always is. Things are held back until you're at a point where you can, do proper things with the knowledge. It's like...
And who determines what a proper thing is?
Well, you got to learn, the basics and stuff. You can't throw somebody into, doing calculus if they haven't learned, algebra yet.
I fully agree. And this is why we're hosting and why the Hootsman is sponsoring such an event like this. We need to make sure that the people who are joining the Hoots Force have a certain foundational level. But when they become full Hoots Force members, well, then they are free to do with that power what they want in best service to Lethwan. But it seems to me that town is so always willing to hold people back, to put unnecessary restrictions on things.
I don't know if I've ever felt held back. I mean, even if you work hard enough, you even get to go into the inner circle and back behind their little back door and stuff.
And you don't think it's odd that back door is so heavily guarded, so secretive? Why not tell people about that? Why hold things?
See, man, you are way too interested in people revealing their back doors. People like to keep these things secret, and that's okay.
Okay.
Because like I said, you need to reach a certain level. You need, just like you're saying, you're not letting anybody into the Hoots Force, right?
Of course.
But
everyone knows.
And you're not sending...
Be part of the Hoots Force and what it entails and how you have to prove yourself.
Even that with the Hoots Force, I mean, come on, dude, you're being a little bit hypocritical because, even with that, sometimes you send, you give them certain requests, not all of them know about why the portals exist. Not all of them know how many of them exist, but some of them study different things and do different things with it.
Of course, because everyone has their own individual strengths and weaknesses.
Stressing me out to say that to him.
It's killing me watching him do it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's just kind of the same way that town is. Everybody's got their certain strengths and their weaknesses,
Interesting. Maybe I've not discarded quite as much of my past as I would have liked.
Yeah,
maybe that's holding true.
From everything that I've heard about, it sounds like it was a little bit too much oogie boogie, man. But it kind of makes sense when somebody's starting to be a dreamer that they're like, hey, this guy went too far as kind of like a scary story about it. Because like,
what did they say of me back in town?
You stared into the abyss and lost yourself.
And as someone from town, it's up to you to find the empirical truth of things. And you look upon me now. Have I lost myself? Am I not?
I don't know. I don't know much about you.
Could I prove it to you, perhaps?
In non-weird ways.
Whatever way you define as non-weird. This is your research. This is your study to make. I can be your subject.
First off, you said there was no way I could comprehend like what you saw in like the dreamscape. But like, why not? Like, if you want to prove you didn't lose yourself, like, what made it so crazy that you kept chasing?
I was chasing knowledge. I don't know about you, Sid, but I felt a call, an urge to act beyond the confines of town. Town is small, it's suffocating, it's stuffy, and they have a certain way that they want to do things, and they are so adamantly against everything else.
All I've seen since I've left is people not looking out for each other, people hiding different resources behind abstract like concepts, and like Sid takes out like fucking coins and like just kind of throws them out at the crowd, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like you see the way people act like rabid animals over these like concepts, and that keep them from what they need, from who they want to aspire to be. Everything I've wanted to aspire to be was like, that was allowable for me.
What do you aspire to be, though, Sid? That's the question.
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Like that. Pull out my book, and I'm like, I'm literally trying to document all of them, to learn everything, to be the best ranger I can.
And what would you give to get more of that knowledge, or to have the power to have more of that knowledge? What part of you?
That's who I used to want to be. But over time, I've learned, man, I want to be somebody that people are proud to know, that make other people's lives happier, more worth living, that their face light up when they see me and come around me, that my friends feel like they can rely on me, that when I leave a village, that those people were glad that I was there.
Well, Sid,
like one of my best friends in the entire world made his entire life to put other people ahead of who he was. And isn't that really what it's about, aspiring to be? Not funnel all of the energy through little points to make yourself as strong as possible, not to be some type of king over everything, not to go down dark paths just for the sake of it. Like,
and you see that he's beginning to smile more and more as you're saying all of this, and he goes, exactly, Sid, exactly. Lethwan should be a place where we are all united, we're all happy, we can all live together harmoniously.
Yeah.
And there are things keeping us divided, things like the rules of everything. And that's why the Hootsman is so great, because he brought everyone together. It started as a war of division, but it ended as unity. And people see these as
Bren, come back.
I had my hand up because you guys were into it, but I want Bren to have only feigned going around the corner, because he's not going to leave Sid alone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So he's using his new stealth.
Sure. Give me a stealth roll while you're doing that.
I'm going to take it with advantage because I know he can't see me with his brain.
Yeah. And he's putting a lot of his focus into that.
He seems like he's really, really into this discussion with Sid right now.
Yeah.
Dirty 21. I forgot my +1.
Again.
And the same. Yeah. So 21.
Again.
Yeah. You can fully see all this and hear all this happening.
Yeah, so I know that he's kind of luring you into this conversation and you're giving too much.
Yeah.
Much in all this, Bren is terrified of him. I think I'm going to come back around the corner and be like, okay, Sid, Eleanor is taking care of time for us to go. We have a what time is it now? We have a 1:15 appointment, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go. Nice to meet you, you creep. And we will, I'm sure, see you around the festivities. Will you be around for the festivities?
I will, of course.
Yes, of course.
I apologize if I came. People have called me very intense at times. I'm not always sure how to act around people, but I like to support people and really make sure that people can be the best they can be. And I forgive you for your attempt at violence at me earlier, and he extends a hand.
Yeah, your forgiveness means very little to me, but sure, here's a hand. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to shake your hand, not being dispolite, but Eleanor threw up all over my hands, and you seem like a clean guy, so yeah, I'm gonna go wash myself. But yeah, thanks for accepting the apology I did not give, you creep.
How's Fink reacting to this guy?
Give me an insight check for Fink.
Okay. Is it based on smell?
Does Fink have proficiency in insight?
No, he doesn't.
I will let him have advantage with it, yes, because he can kind of use smell to try and get a feel from him as well, though.
9.
Fink is just actively he's like guard dog at between your legs, but he's more focused on you than him. Okay. If that makes sense, you know?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with Bren.
Yeah.
Sid, it was a pleasure to talk.
Yeah, let's get that coffee.
Yeah, let's do that.
And yeah, gonna go with Bren.
Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna dip around, and as we go around the corner, I'll be like, Sid, loudly so we can hear. Sid, that guy is a creep, or my name isn't Jameson. And I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I think he's just spent too much time looking at people's dreams, you know?
The dude looks like he smells people's dreams, specifically sniffs them, Sid. He's a weird guy. I don't want you hanging around with him. He seems like a bad influence.
Fair.
And what were you telling about the Hoots Force and the portals for?
What are you...
We're not supposed to know that, Sid. Oh, you showed our hand.
Oh, I didn't say... I said that, we just met the cleric,
Yeah, and did the cleric ever tell us about who knows what about portals?
Oh, God. Oh, it's just wrapped up in it, you know?
Yeah, that's how they get you, these creeps.
Oh.
You gotta treat this guy, he's not a human. You gotta treat him like a spider and assume everything he says is another line in his web.
Yeah.
And you gotta avoid those web lines or you'll get stuck. And next thing you find, he'll be in your bedroom, injecting you with a paralytic before he eats you.
Stop! Everybody stop talking about my bedroom!
Look, I'm just here to look out for you, buddy. This is the guy I was scared of. And I was scared of him for a reason.
It's so annoying
and because now it seems like he's after you.
It's so annoying because part of me just wanted to gut him right there. But
yeah, it doesn't work. I tried.
I also wanted to ask so much shit.
Yeah, sure. He has information we want. But you know what, Sid? I've never swung my staff that hard in my life. And his head moved half an inch, Sid. Half an inch.
Yeah.
He was in the booth with Roman. That means he's not a good guy.
I'm not convinced that's actually real him.
Yeah.
Because he was
substituted himself with a brick wall because that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sid, hitting the dragon was easier. This guy is powerful. And if he is a dreamer, if that's his full thing, you can assume he's probably insanely intelligent as well.
I think that maybe we should, unless we really need it, avoid the psychic whispers for a bit.
Yeah, big agree. Big hard agree.
Yeah.
Throbbing agree on this side, Sid.
Stop it! Everybody's a creep! Sid's just gonna go off on.
Right, come on. You get this arm and I'll get this arm.
No! Who is this?
This is Eleanor. She's in the band now.
No, she's not. We signed up with 3 people.
That's fine. She can just pass off as one of Melody's projections. Fine, I fireman carry Eleanor with us.
Sure, yeah. Eleanor just completely just drooling. She's so wine drunk and so just conked out. Yeah, so Bren, you continue to carry Eleanor. What are you guys doing? It's you guys have kind of noped out of this quite early. The festivities really started only at sundown. So it's maybe only 8.
I mean,
so it's still relatively
the booth. So we're probably still
you're still in the
stadium,
arena,
right?
yes.
I got something I want to do. And I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could write a letter to literally the most powerful beings in the entire existence to tell them about what's going on.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I think they're 2 boots over. Where
the fuck do you come from?
Well, I'm not going to stay in there with that creep. He was fucking creepy. I don't want them coming into my bedroom.
Oh, I know.
What color was he wearing, by the way?
Oh, he's so much purple.
Yeah, 100%. There's a reason purple starts with a P. So does pedophile. But like, man, I'm sick of hearing about Lou. And I don't understand why if all the gods do nothing and suddenly Lou is doing something. Like, do they not know what's going on?
Why were you asking me about a letter?
Yeah. There's this goddess called Ioun.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go to the temple and burn a letter to Ioun.
Is that a commonly done thing?
It's like whatever is written is real. It's like a thing from town.
Whatever is written is real?
It's more like people just do it like before they like take their exams, like some of the more superstitious people.
So you're saying whatever you write on a piece of paper and burn in a temple of Ioun becomes real?
No. It's like when...
I think it's more just like a symbolic offering from what I understand.
Oh, it's like a tradition.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's more than what we write is supposed to be truthful and is supposed to be real. You know, that we don't...
And you expect
we don't write lies down, Melody.
I don't write them down either. I sing them out loud.
Oh, God. Yeah, so you just like, you know, I'm basically just going to be like, hey, are you going to do anything? Do you know what's going on? Basically, what do you think we should put in this? I don't think it'll actually do anything. It's just like, you know what? If other people are getting power from gods and stuff, like...
You're going to be a cleric, Sid?
No, I'm not going to be a fucking cleric.
You're going to take the robes, Sid?
No, I'm not going to take the fucking robes. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just fucking just throwing things at the wall and see if something will help.
I mean, yeah. Fucking throw away. I got nothing for you there, but I don't know what I'd ask her.
Yeah,
ask her where I come from if you're on the line to her.
Like, what do we
make
tell
a gesture
her?
to Melody like, this guy's fucking mad.
I mean, like, hey, a year ago I would have thought that it's impossible to go to other planes. Maybe it's possible. Like,
that's the thing. Like, all this weird shit's been going on, and I'm so sick of people bringing up Lou. And Khan believed in Lou. And Khan believed there was power there.
Right, then. If you think something can happen, ask her to prove that it works. Ask for a sign that she received the thing, so at least you know you're not throwing shit at a wall for no reason.
Yeah, I guess we just do that with actual letters, you know?
Prove
like,
you're fucking here is what I'd write on the letter.
like a
come fucking help us.
Like a red
everything's
receipt.
going tits up.
Yeah. Like a red
I want
receipt.
those 2 ticks, Ione.
Yeah.
I'm not grey, I'm talking blue.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm just going to literally just write down, hey, everybody's talking about Lou. Lou seems to be helping all the wrong people and doing a lot of mean shit. And it seems like multiple planes are falling in on each other. And the balance of the plane seems to be something that the gods should be a bit involved with.
Yeah, why don't you fucking help?
Yeah, God.
If you're there.
I'm literally like scratching away. I'm just like fucking angry.
Yeah, you send it off and she gets the message that you're on an Android and just disconnects from the chat.
Yeah, okay, so you start to
scroll
write
this
that
kind
in.
of angry
You would
letter.
need to make your way over to the temple district to do that. Are you guys going together, or what are you doing, Bren?
I mean, I think the first thing I need to do is I got to go give my ring to.
Yes, you need to give your ring to Abbott, and he needs kind of as much time as possible. He's basically offering to pull an all-nighter to fix this.
Yeah, but so what I am going to do is I want to swing by the Temple of Bahamut.
Okay.
And I just want to nick like a cleric's robe from there.
It sounds like both of you guys want to go to the temple district anyway, and like the main temple is a temple to Bahamut, and kind of within that there's like kind of like sub wings for other gods, but like the main one is like the main statues in there are all to draconic gods, right? And yeah, so I think we'll say that you enter. It's quite quiet at this time of night. Most of the people are out partying and kind of for the festival, but there is one kind of cleric still on duty there. But I think we'll go to Bren first for the moment. So Bren,
I'm just gonna sneak into the vestry and take one.
Yeah, and no rolls or anything required.
I used to play around here when I was a kid. I just go in through that back window that's always left open because it's too hot. I nick a robe and I'm out.
Yeah. What do you do with that robe? Are you going back and giving your ring back now, or what?
Yeah, I'm going to give the ring back to Abbott, and then I'm going to just wear this hooded robe for the time being.
Okay.
Also, I mean, I think Bren is going to do a little bit of a preparatory ritual before when it gets dark. So for now, I'm just walking around.
It is dark right now.
Okay, then I'm going to give the ring to Abbott. Mm-hmm. And then I am going to, because I'm like in full tiefling mode now, I'm going to doff my clothing and make a disguise, basically. So that's completely different to mine. Something that's far more intimidating. So I'm going to wrap myself in like a lot of like cloth.
Bat related clothes.
Yeah, a leather, that kind of thing. With the behemoth cleric thing, almost like a cowl and a cape.
Are you doing this fully in secret, or are you letting either Abbott or Michaela know that you're doing this?
Oh, I'm not telling anyone I'm doing this yet.
Okay. Yeah. So you go up to your room, you do that, you sneak out the window.
Yep.
You're on like the mid levels of Dolina here. You're in like the rich quarter, as it were. A lot of these people are, have very good seats in the Colosseum. It's kind of like where it's the place to be. So this area is relatively quiet, but not everyone can afford to go to here. So the city kind of lies at your feet. What would you like to do?
First thing I'm going to do is some good old fashioned fucking crime fighting, because you know what? I just want to. I'm fully taken from the Batman playbook here.
Yeah.
If I want to spread a rumor about who's back in town.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to start with the most superstitious people, who are generally criminals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, again, the rich district.
Okay.
I'm going to go to a part of the rich district that would border onto one of the lower, less well-off districts. I'm going to find an alleyway. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do some acrobatics or athletics, whatever it is. And I'm going to get myself up into the shadows in the top of the alley. And then, just so you know how I'm doing this, I'm basically going to jump into a space in the air at the top of the alleyway where I'd be kind of in shadow, but very obviously there's no building or anything above it, right? So if you can imagine, I'm going to like run up a wall.
You want to fully silhouette yourself against like the moon and stuff?
No. I want to be kind of in the shadows at this point.
Okay.
But I want, as I'm in the air in this spot, I'm going to activate the rod.
Yeah.
So that I can basically crouch on the rod in the shadows up above this street and just watch people as they go by, waiting for, because I'd know that this is
fun.
Yeah, this is basically kind of a hotspot for muggings and stuff like that.
Yeah, and obviously this is very much on your mind. Like if you guys had an attempted mugging earlier on.
I'm trying to catch more of this stuff.
In like the light of day. Now that was very much the rougher parts, but as night has fallen, as there are people coming home, early and drunk from all the festivities around, there are people trying to prey on that.
Yeah.
And tell me what, roll me up a couple of checks. Use whatever kind of skill you want. If you want that to be acrobatics, if you want to be stealth, if you want just to be pure attacks, roll it and we'll kind of see how that goes. And roll with advantage because of all the setup you've done.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So I'm going to go with stealth first, just because I want to hide myself in such a place that when I drop from it, people will know there's nowhere I could have been. There's no staircases or anything.
Sure.
I'm literally just hovering in the void with the staff. So stealth to position myself there, I guess.
Sure,
I got 23 on my stealth check.
Yeah, nice.
24 actually with Sid's training.
You are fully
useful.
Thank God Sid told me how to balance on a suspended staff in the night.
For all intents and purposes, you're invisible here.
Nice.
Like no one's looking up to where you are. And yeah, you see a group of like essentially bandits basically rush in to this alley that you're guarding essentially, and you see that they are in a rush, and they come around the corner and they all start like talking to each other, trying to keep their voices hushed, but their adrenaline and their heart rate's clearly up, and they open up a pouch and they're starting to count how much money they have, and they're like, oh fucking yeah lads, this is great, look at how much we got, he's fucking loaded, we got loads off him.
I am going to start with the fucking Batman bullshit. I throw a stone to the other side of the thing.
What's that noise?
Yeah, exactly. And then I swoop to one of the other gargoyles.
Yeah.
I move to the other side of the rod, basically. And then I am just going to drop, seemingly from the ether. Proper going to do superhero landing. Let this cloak fan out around me. Well, I think I'll do a Batman voice. I'm going to be like,
yes.
I'm going to, I don't have any little prestidigitation or anything. No, so I'll just have to do it. So, does that belong to you?
What the fuck are you? Why are you dressed like that?
I've been waiting for this. I'm going to pull down the Bahamut robe and go, I'm Bahuman.
Jesus God.
No, okay. That is a ton that somebody out there will laugh. Thanks for laughing, rookie. But yes, no, I'm going to go, fuck, I don't know. I thought you'd laugh at Bahuman. I'm out of jokes.
I laughed at
thank you.
laughed at Bahuman.
Let the listeners...
He was reluctant.
Be the judge. Let the listeners be the judge of that. Anyway, no, he's going to walk towards them and saying, what are you doing here today?
Or fucking none of your business. Go on. Fuck off. And they all take like knives out.
Yeah, cool. At this point, I'm going to say, if it happens in this city, it is my business.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I'm going to let the first one come at me with a knife, and I'm going to ready an attack.
Yeah,
as a counter, basically.
Yeah. He runs over. You've got an attack ready. You strike before he can get an attack off.
Yeah, cool. I basically want a flurry of blows him like back into the group, like bowling.
Yeah, roll an attack.
19 on the dice.
Hits.
Yeah, I'm just going to apply a flurry of blows. I don't care about the damage or anything.
Sure.
Going to knock him back into the other group to try and bowl a few of them over. You knock him back.
They all kind of like struggle to kind of like keep him up, kind of get staggered back a couple of steps.
Yeah, nice. I'm going to keep walking towards them.
He just did a big stupid kung fu kick on Deco. Fucking grab him. And they all start trying to swarm you.
Yeah, cool. I just want to fight them.
Yeah.
Just like give me a couple of
attack rolls.
Yeah, okay, cool. Fight check.
Yeah, just literally an attack roll. Give me 2 attack rolls.
That's an 18 plus 7 and a 9 plus 7, so 16 or whatever the big one is.
Yeah, you like very similar to these other guys from earlier on today. They're not well trained. You are fucking literally a martial arts master. Yeah. You beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
And as you do that, they're all like, "Right, yeah, fucking stop! Sorry, you just fucking broke Anto's leg, you know."
Yeah, and I'm about to break his other one. I break Anto's second leg.
Oh, fuck my leg! My football career.
You'll be playing handball from now on. I'm gonna hold one of them up. I'm going to say. I say
and
out loud.
At this point now, are they fully seeing your horns and your red skin?
No, the hood is still up.
Okay.
But I'm going to hold what I would assume the ringleader up.
Sure.
I'm going to hold him up.
They've got Breffney.
Breffney. Okay, yeah, I hold Breffney up and with one hand against the wall. And I'm going to say, you've been running riot here. You've been allowed to do this with no oversight. I don't know what you stand for, but your time is over. The devil has returned to the streets. I'm going to pull down the hood, and as much as I can, I'm going to flash fire in my eyes a bit, using my like infernal nature, and let them like fully see me as I pull out my fire in my hand and illuminate myself in the most intimidating way.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
That's 19 on the first and 18 on the second. So 19.
Yeah, you see that Breffney fully shits himself.
Yeah.
And
yes.
They're like, what the fucking like, and they all just like, they just scatter as much as they can. Breffney stops down picks up Anto, drags him away, screaming with his broken legs.
I broke that guy's legs.
And you have put the fear of the devil into these guys.
Excellent. I do take the money though.
Okay.
And I just want to do a sweep of like nearby streets to see if I can see the person who they might have robbed.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna like just kind of around where like the police station, I guess, would be, or the hoot space or whatever it would be.
So they don't have like there's no like hoot space. They like each town and city, the Hoots Force are like the National Guard.
Yeah.
Right. So there's no like Hoots police force. There's maybe a few
like a civil defense almost.
Yeah, there's like maybe a few hundred Hoots Force in the entire fucking land.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
These are quite an elite.
So there's no like beat cop.
No.
That will be affiliated with
each kind of group, each city and stuff would have their own city guard and town guard and stuff like that.
Cool. In that case, I just want to, I mean, it doesn't make it. I just want to try and find the person if I can see who's had their stuff.
Yeah, you do. You it's a couple of alleys over. You find someone who's kind of like unconscious in an alley. Their purse clearly missing. You know, they seem to be alive. It doesn't look like they've been killed.
Yeah.
But do you wake them up or?
How close am I to like the nearest like medical place? I guess like an infirmary or like a cleric shop.
I mean, there would be, obviously, if you wanted a cleric shop, you'd have to go all the way back to the temple district. That's really where they all are. But there's like,
just a safe place.
There's
for
like
them.
healers and things like that, and like small like doctors and things around.
Yes.
You're a little bit far away, but like it might take you 15 minutes to get there if you're being stealthy, you know?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to try and just bring them there then before they wake up. I'm going to basically, so would there be someone outside basically?
At this point, no. It's probably like this is a healer's house. So like they're probably asleep or something upstairs, or like, you know.
Okay, then I'm going to knock on the door.
Yeah, you knock on the door.
I want it to be like a real dramatic, like, doom, doom.
Yeah, you do
doom.
that, and like a little while, like, you know, a 30, 40 seconds, a bit of a wait. You see this small halfling woman, looks tired, wearing glasses, kind of looks up and he goes, "Oh, it's very late. Is this an emergency? What can I do?"
Again, I've got the cowl back on at this point. And I say, "This woman needs healing," and I'm going to lay her down.
Oh, yes, of course.
She was attacked.
Oh, that's a nasty gash on the head. Yes, we'll have a look into that now.
I'm going to give like way more money than will be needed for the healing.
Yeah,
and also I've put the person's purse back into the
into like their pocket or something.
Yeah, make sure they get the help they need.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. And sorry, who are you?
I'm gonna have my Sal's Pizza moment. I'm gonna, as I'm walking away, I'm going to put back the hood so they can see me, and I'm going to say, "The devil who protects this city," and then I'm going to fucking Batman away up.
Okay. Yeah. Do you just continue doing that like the entire kind of night?
Just assume when I'm not on screen, I'm doing this shit.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's always going to be two things. It's going to be growing the fear of me among the criminals and trying to inspire the regular citizens.
Batman.
Yeah. Batman. Fully Batman.
Okay. We will return back to Sid, but before we get into what Sid is doing in this temple, we are going to finish this episode here.
Okay.
Interesting developments.
A lot of creeps in this episode, myself included.
Yeah. Probably the biggest creep. But yeah, we'll talk more about creepy people over on the Backstage Pass. You can get that on our Patreon. That's patreon.com/HarfireTales. It's a super great way to support the show, and we really appreciate anyone's support there.
I want to know more about Blorg Chester.
Me too.
God.
I actually have some interesting plans about Blorg Chester that we'll talk about over in the Backstage Pass as well.
Crack my elbow.
And James just aggressively punching the air.
Yeah, I did it! I broke his legs!
And as always, come hang out in our Discord. The link is in the description below. Leave comments, ratings, reviews, share us on social media, all of that good shit.
If
that
you
would
don't,
be great.
we'll visit you at night.
If you know, Bahu Man will come and break your legs.
Or at least Faust will come look at you.
If you don't, someone will be in your bedroom.
Yeah. And yeah, until then, thank you very much for listening. And from the depths of hell or the grace of heaven comes Con Greystone to give Con's calls out. Con calls out. Con calls out.
Con calls out.
Con Girl Scout. Con the Girl Scout.
How are you getting on? Con Greystone here, coming at you from the depths of hell, but also weirdly simultaneously the grace of heaven. One hot enough to burn the skin off your back, and one cool enough to make you shiver in the sunlight, and surprisingly not in the order you'd think. I'm here to give you the bi-weekly breakdown on what's going on all across Lethuan. So strap in and we'll pick up where we left off last time. That is to say, the burning inn of Welchlander. I see the inn is now a roaring inferno, flames writhing as if possessed by malice. Anthony surges forward through the suffocating heat, his hands grappling with a smouldering cloth in a desperate attempt to smother the fire spilling from the fractured die. But the flames defy reason, consuming the cloth with a ferocity that sent sparks dancing into the air. Their glow seems almost alive to me. And in the centre of the chaos, Rookie DM stands, arms raised and voice bellowing as he calls forth gusts of wind to battle the blaze. But the fire will not yield. It twists and flares, immune to his magic, its tendrils hungrily reaching for the walls and beams, as though it feeds on the very essence of the inn. Welchlander, whose mind cuts through the panic, darts behind the bar. He ignores the searing heat and smoke as he shoves handfuls of coins and bills into a sack. If we're going to lose everything else, he declares, his voice rough from the smoke, we're not losing the money. Meanwhile, Liam, frantically sifting through the reams of contracts they had drawn up in that fateful deal. Papers fly as their eyes dart across infernal clauses and fine print. Somewhere in these damning pages lay the key to undoing it all. But as the timbers above groan and crack, the truth becomes undeniable. It's too late. The fire roars in triumph, and the building collapses around them, burying their sanctuary beneath a storm of ash and embers. And that's a feeling I know all too well. Morning arrives, quiet and cruel, the light of dawn illuminating a smouldering ruin where the inn had stood. The four stand among the ashes, soot-streaked and weary, the weight of their failure heavy on their shoulders. And then, as the first rays of sun pierce through the haze, the ashes stir. Slowly, impossibly, they begin to rise, coalescing into a figure. Its form was indistinct, shifting as though made from the embers themselves, then slowly shifting into something mortal before falling to the ground. And now I'm going to cast my eye across Lethuan to see what our other party of adventurers is up to. When last we left them, they had just captured one of Jolene's agents in order to gain information about her whereabouts. And now, the party has the answers they sought, though they came with grim tidings. Dolly had chosen her words well, knowing exactly how to draw forth the truth from Jolene's captured crony. The prisoner, caught in a web of half-fruits and calculated charm, unwittingly revealed Jolene's lair. The name she whispered sent a chill through the group, A fortress, vast and foreboding, the seat of her cruel dominion. Lord Key took the first steps towards vengeance, his boots treading silently on the shadowed paths. From a concealed vantage point, he gazes upon the fortress, its stone walls looming like a jagged scar against the landscape. Beyond the iron gates, streams of prisoners arrived in great rolling cages, their haunted eyes fixed on nothing, their spirits crushed beneath the weight of despair. These were Jolene's trophies, partners stolen not for need, nor even for cruelty's sake, but simply because she could. Her minions, faceless and methodical, herded their captives like livestock into the fortress's iron maw. Oak, ever attuned to the whispers of the world, turned her gaze to the deep woods. The crows, her eternal allies, brought her word of a weapon, one of legend, whispered to possess the power to strike down Jolene herself. With quiet resolve, Oak vanished into an ancient forest, seeking the artifact among the twisted roots and forgotten trails. The murmurs of the flock guided her deeper, their caws resonant with the promise of something sharp and shiny. Meanwhile, Sergeant Gavin Fern had begun another journey. He travelled the land, speaking to those whose hearts had been hollowed by Jolene's cruelty. For every partner who had been taken, one was left behind. It was these he sought out. He spoke of vengeance and justice, of reclaiming what was stolen and standing against the one who had taken it. His words, steel, unyielding, and they cut deep into the hearts of the grieving. Slowly, an army began to stir. Good man, Gavin. A patchwork host of the heartbroken and the angry, unified by the purpose and promise of retribution and the return of the lifted lovers. And now I am afraid that's where I have to leave it for this fortnight. And who was that person rising out of the ashes? And will the assault on Jolene's fortress go well? I don't know, but I can tell you I'm going to sit here in the ether beyond and watch, and when I get those answers, probably 2 weeks from now, I'll let you know. That is my solemn oath to you. And you know yourself, when an oath comes from Con Greystone, it's worth more than the very god he swore it to. Anyway, that's me, and I'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
And as I always say, let's anticipate forthcoming events!